Kazakh national handcrafts make up the precious roots of steppe culture. They provide an inside look into nomadic lives. The art of the nation who once lived upon the Great Steppe is pictured here through wood and iron processing, jewelry and felting. Many programs modernize the culture of hunting, falconry, horse training and racing. Take a look inside the Kazakh culture on the program KazArt. We should sew 64 copies, 13 by 13 squared for the Kurak korpe, exactly the Kurak. That's why they have to sew in one direction. You should start first, and then you will see. It is very beautiful. Gulstan Jandoskaze is a very talented needlewoman, a professional master of sewing the Kurak korpe. She was born in the Jambul region. Art is her work, and she has her own signature. She is a winner of competitions among people of art. Her works such as Kurak and The Bride's Trousseau are exhibited abroad and have taken marks from the exhibition's viewers. Before making these compositions, I created them in my imagination, and I drew as well. During the process, I do not listen to others. This work brings me great pleasure, especially when I make the last part and finally find the main point of my work. It is a great rest for me. I also take pleasure when people admire my works and tell me, wow, this is amazing work. They really appreciate my compositions. It is a common character among artisans, as an artisan is a kind and generous person who can share the knowledge if someone needs it. This character belongs to Gulstan. She loves sewing Kurak korpes since her childhood. Kurak is from the word compose, the art with this definition. Typically, the composition is what will be done that shows real pictures of the nomadic people. Our grandmothers were honorable. Every time when they have the time, they sew a Kurak. When I asked, "Why do we need it, Grandma?" the reply was, "Let your life be good." Currently, I think that even if a baby will sleep on a blanket with quilted ornaments, the child's physiology and thinking will develop very well. If the colors will be light, the intellect will be strong. The determined character and thoughtfulness. A baby will grow up as a responsive person to their parents and gentle, as I think so. I think quilted patchwork reminds me of a flower of the steppe, as our grandfather composed it and put it in a place of honor. This is my opinion, and I appreciate that this is my thinking. In ancient times, to compose a Kurak was done by every woman in the villages, as it is a rare form of art nowadays. This beautiful art form, which requires hard work to achieve, is such a beautiful composition.
Kurak өнері өзінің мәнділігіменен
This Kurak art is composed with our definition. It came with different fabrics to compose with different colors. For example, Kurak art was composed when a baby was born, a special trousseau, every ornament which is made with big attention and meaning, and made with a definition as well. For example, in the middle it was sewn botagoz ornaments. And then we draw these botagoz ornaments in threes and quilt them with beautiful ornaments. The person who doesn't know the names of the ornaments will not get them to understand when we say that we have names for every detail. Generally, a Kurak will be done with different fabrics, which have their own uniqueness and should be made by colors. The compositions which will be done were shown. The compositions such as blankets, pillows with ornaments, embroidered carpets, and other things will be used as ornaments. For example, weaving a tapestry or korjan bag are made from Kurak, and school bags are made with the Kurak technique. This school bag for girls has ornaments that the girls' school bag make very fashionable, and it's very light for carrying.
Техникасымен жасап беріп отырған ол бір жағынан жеңіл, бір жағынан сәнді болған.
Typically, to compose a Kurak requires accuracy of talent of an artisan. Every shape and detail of the quilted work requires a lot of mathematics.
Өнер түрінде ерекшелігі тоқыма өнер менен кесте өнер болмаса баспа өнерге қараған кезде.
The same uniqueness of the Kurak among the tapestries or embroidered art shows that the Kurak requires cutting straight while making ornaments. It is necessary to have good math as well. For example, cutting a square shape and then composing a Kurak. Then to make a Kurak in a ladder, we have one by one a cube-shaped element, and the Kurak should be connected between each other. All the details should have the right amount of centimeters. If one will be too small or too large, the Kurak will not be right. That's why needlewomen saved every fabric which was cut, as any of them will take their own place in a Kurak element.
Кескен матаның мысалға ысырап жасамай, олардың бәрінің жаңағы орнын тауып отырған.
Бұл енді біздің қазақ халқының ежелден келе жатқан дәстүрі.
It is Kazakh tradition since ancient times, which we still have in our own days. And in every family, when girls get married as a bride's trousseau, it will be done to make a quilted blanket with ornaments. Every region of this country uses a different quilted blanket. In the Aktau region, they compose bes korpe, kui korpe, chai korpe, with different elements of ornaments. We put chi kurak for the reason that a girl's life should be easy and work fast with good prosperity. The crane quilted ornaments will also be added for the reason that the crane flies in a group together, and also that the girl, when she marries, that she should be in her new family, and her life will be there. As a purpose, she should be in one direction with her family. Our grandmothers made kurak korpe in this way, and also added shi kurak's elements.
Өмір сүру нелері бір бағытта болсын деген ниетпен әжелеріміз ши құрақта қосып отырған.
Each nations have a period of developing art. A Kurak art is also developed with the Great Silk Road. The silk of Chinese and Arabian fabrics developed our traditional art in a new way. It is the opinion of our art historians.
Жалпы Қазақстанда құрақ тігу өнерінде өзінің өңірлік ерекшеліктері бар. Мысалға біз айтатын болсақ, мынау оңтүстік Қазақстанда айтайық. Олардың мына құрақтарының бәрі қиын жолдармен тігілетіндігі.
Subsequently, there is a significance that each region's sewing Kurak in Kazakhstan. For example, the south of Kazakhstan composes Kurak elements in very small size, in a difficult way of sewing, especially cube-shaped quilted ornaments with a botagoz Kurak of sewing, and then they sew ornaments in a circle all the way around. The south of Kazakhstan with lining under the quilted patchwork, as they will serve for a long time. In the west regions of the country, quilted patchwork size of every detail can be large, even ornaments. For the other way, it is decorative, and secondly, it will be finished quickly, and that these elements would not be too small. The quilted patchwork of Almaty and central Kazakhstan are close to the works of the south of the country, but sewing details of the west and the south technology in sewing quilted patchwork are very closely related.
Майдалап құрап отырғаннан гөрі. Мынау біздің осы Алматы орталық Қазақстанға қарай өңірдің құрақтарында мына оңтүстікке жақындырақ келеді, бірақ батыспенен оңтүстіктің детальдары, тігу мәнерлері осы жерге келіп отырады.
Art is developed with regularity. Typically, art which started from the small quilted-sized fabrics currently are embroidered with ornaments. The bride's trousseau and equipment of the house is decorated with quilted patchwork and embroidered compositions. For the Kazakh people, quilted patchwork art and ornaments as well as embroidery have their own place. Currently, this is art in ancient times that they developed and used separately.
Шиғырақ көбінесе біздің Азия деп айтамыз ба, Қазақстан халқында
The chi kurak are used for special blankets, as for guests and young people. A cane quilted patchwork is also well. We can use these ornaments to the blankets which we cover. The ornaments can be different. For example, I have a work in my collection as there is a saying in ornaments that may everything you have, I have a king from every part of my square. If I put the blanket on the floor, the adult people will be mad at me, and I should not put it down on the floor or give it to every person to use. These ornaments which are on the shore are not allowed to be drawn on the fish.
Яғни оны көпшік, көрпеге қолдануға болмайды, сол сияқты. Кейде жағада қоюды балыққа салуға болмайды деген сияқты.
Содан кейін қазіргі құрақтарда кәдімгі ою өрнектерді салып та тігіп жатыр. Ол жалпы біздің мынау солтүстік.
Currently, simple ornaments can be sewn on quilted patchwork. It is common in the north of Kazakhstan. In the western region, we are close to the Mangostau and Aktau regions. These ornaments can be used a lot in these locations. And most of the time it was used on the edge of the patchwork. There are a lot of quilted patchwork blankets with an embroidered felt. All of them are developing in use to sew on the fabrics, which show our development. Some artisans say, we draw ornaments, and which should compose with every element.
Бізде кейбір шеберлеріміз айтады, ою өрнекті біз таңдап саламыз деп. Келісімді қылуымыз керек деп.
These ornaments are magnificent for the Kazakh people. We can say these ornaments are our national signature. The dishes and saddles are decorated with national ornaments. Typically, these ornaments depend on the craftsman's image.
Құрақты, оюды, фьюжн деп айтады ғой, барлығын кейде бірнеге тоғыстырып жататын да болады.
There are moments when the quilted patchwork and ornaments are focused in one direction. It is very important to have color matching. Typically, I take color from nature. If the colors will not match each other, they will not find harmony. But if silk and chiffon can find a harmony between each other, then we can say as craftsmen that we work very well. Typically, colors are also important here.
Құрақпенен оюды екеуін бір-біріне келістіріп тігіп жатырмыз.
We sew kurak and ornaments matching to each other nowadays. We compose separately the kuraks. Before, and we received just kuraks. When we use ornaments with current technology, it will be to cover the sofa or blanket. We can also cover furniture with ornaments. We came to Gulstan and learned from her. Subsequently, the Kazakh girls and women who sewed the kurak and embroidery art can also be artists as well. They also draw all the works before and they sew them. The pictures for the ornaments and the kurak that they will take from nature. That's why sewing is a unique art.
Мені көбіне келсе пайдаланам табиғаттағы шынайы нелерді.
I use a lot of colors from nature. For example, yellowed leaves. A color of sunset and sunrise found harmony in my work. All of them show a sincerity for color of nature. There will be moments where you should fit colors to each other. And you have to work from one day in the morning to another morning. And the artisan should draw as well. It requires during this work that I can truly say about it. I have been working almost 10 years in this sphere. There is a saying such as, if you say enough, it will be enough. If you say, I'm getting fat, you will lose everything. And if you say, I reached it all, you will fail. From here, we should understand as people should be satisfied with what they have. There are a lot of things which I should achieve. I am not able to say that I know everything. Usually, blankets will be brought with pairs in the south region, such as Kizlorda and Shymkent. They can be 2 red, 2 blue, 2 green blankets, and for special guests a blanket as well. While in Aktau, all the blankets will be bought in one color. For example, the bride's trousseau will have 5 blankets, and constantly in Almaty, we can see 3 blankets with different colors. Kazakhstan is developed widely in the country in art as well. The economic and spirituality of the nation is also increasing in our country. One of these things is handicrafts. There are requests and support for our national treasure.